Welcome back to another video. Here's what's coming up today.
Dinner after coming home from Cork, he came home with a flaming bale handler.
Bale handler, it is old, but it does the job. It's well welded by Patsy O'Driscoll there.
It's right bad weather and all, raining mad today. So just after clear you up a bit. All the grass has gone down through the ground.
Looking down then at Kilmacalog at the houses down there.
What have you done, boys?
To hell with you, Joe. I will not send so It's right bad weather and all, raining mad today. So just after clear you up a bit. All the grass has gone down through the ground. So we're leaving sheep out here in a rougher place here while we put them in there for a few days. We'll leave them out here again into these fields here. There's grass after cleaning up here again. They clean up after a couple of days. I never see the ground as wet now this time of the year. Even the quad is putting signs in the fields. It's fairly wet now. All cows, of course, must be gone in. They're coming on. They're delighted to be lifting.
So yeah, it's been right bad weather now since we left out the ram there now the last couple of weeks. We actually have a nice bit of grass, but they just keep trampling it with the heavy rainfall. It's raining every day now the last 3 weeks. So just dried up there now, but there's more rain coming. You can see over across. Father's just going around bringing them out now. They're in rougher ground there all along. It's kind of rocky, so kind of save the fields a bit here. But we've some of them gone off to the far side of the mountain. There's kind of green ground there, so some of them are going off there with some rams, and we've more over there, and we've more up the top pins above there, and we've more lower down, lower ground in. But hopefully the rams will be able to do their job though, but it's not ideal. Last year we had mighty weather for the ram, but as you know, every year is different.
Dinner after coming home from Cork, he came home with a flaming bale handler. The old spike there, we are for taking out the silage. When we'll carry it in rough ground, the silage be kind of catching the ground. So the bale handler would be way handier and shouldn't be falling off and things, especially when we'll be going in rough ground and up hills. He got it off his in-laws, the Condons above in Ballinascott there, and their good friend, Patsy O'Driscoll from Trimleague. Patsy welded it. We'll see now how good a welder Patsy is. Will it last?
So right, the 466 started up there now. It's a flaming bale handler, so it's old, but it's fixed up now. It wasn't being used, so we'll put it to use now. We also got a bale and first travels as well as straw, so we'll get that out there now and get the handler on. Right.
Go ahead.
Oh, sir.
Up!
So right, you can see where it's welded there, lad. Well done boy. Patrick O'Driscoll, Patsy we call him. So we have to tie a rope also onto this, so this swings up. And we'll just tie a rope there where you're sitting, pull it up, lift the bale up, and it should come down and start in, and you'll be able to cut the plastic off it here, so the plastic will be cut off the bottom as well. So we'll just get all the bolts on here now and put it into use straight away. When we lay the bale down flat, we just pull this lever and lift up the lift, and the bale will stand up on its arse. So that's what we want, because it's difficult enough there when our bales are all on flat there and they're stacked down with the other spike, hard enough to turn them up on edge, and the bales are quite heavy. The lower here isn't able to lift them. So this is a good game changer. A lot of people have these for a long time, but this is our first time getting them, and we're moving up in the world, I tell you. But so if you want to see it in action, you'll have to stay tuned till next week's video, because we're actually going back to Johnny Martino and Laura today to do a video. Today's Friday, so we're stuck for time. So we'll just get today's video out, and we'll show you how this works all next week's video.
Welcome back to another video. We're here this morning here, fine fresh morning in Larrock, right near the Cork border, and here with local man Johnny Shea. John is better known here around as Johnny Martin. I suppose there's a lot of Sheas in the parish, but John, you have a long history of here, and this is a grand place. You always tell us about those here now. What are we looking at?
You'll be looking into the Glenmore Valley there now, like, and the pocket is in the end around to the left. You can't see the house now, but yeah, there was a lot of people lived there one time, and it's quite now. Yeah, that'd be Glenmore, that'd be County over across there, and the Glenmore Lake then. And there's islands in the lake. There's a house in the big island, the near one there, Elana T. The song goes, or the recitation goes, the isle you see is Elana T, where a smuggler slept at ease with the stolen gems of foreign kings from across the Irish Sea. So that was that's there, all right.
And all the way down Tuscan Mail, we can see.
You're looking down then at Kilmacalogue, are the houses down there. The bar is just out of view there. And you can see the houses out the peninsula there, and Sneem is across the way then, and you can see the Partnersilla Hotel over just to the left over the brow of the hill there.
Yeah. Johnny, you're living here all our life. You're stuck in sheep farming. You worked for John Ann McCarthy in Kinmare, of course, for a number of years. So you've seen a lot of changes happening over this long time.
Oh, there is indeed, yeah. There was people everywhere when I was young here. It was a different scene altogether, yeah.
And you cycled?
We did.
There was no cars when you were young?
Not a bit, no. And we did, yeah.
And you were a good journey from Kinmare?
We were. We went to school. The school is just down over the hill there at Glenmore School. It's closed now to the hostel for a number of years. And
how many miles would that be from your house?
It was only about a mile from our house.
Oh, sure you were near it, so.
Yeah, and there was 30 children there that time. And I'd say there was about 70 children in Larrock School, and there's only 6 or 7 local kids going to the local school now, as far as I know.
You used to carry cattle to the Kinmare to the fair? Or?
They used, what we used to do was, there was a fair in Cashdown a different day every month. And in the spring mainly, we'd bring the cattle down to Larrock to meet the buyers going back. And the cattle they'd buy cattle in Cashdown, and we'd bring them down in the evening to meet the herd.
You'd meet them at a special place on the road.
They'd be driving the cattle from Cashel down to Kinmare, and we'd drive ours about 32 miles.
Walking.
But they'd stop halfway. They had a pound for the cattle. I remember the cattle coming, you'd hear them bellowing, and you'd hear the dogs barking, and we'd put our ones in with them then, and they'd head away then, and they'd bring them so far and put them into a pound, and they'd be brought into Kinmare the following day and put on the train. The most of them cattle were bought by people from Tipperary and Limerick, and so on, and that was our early view of it. But the sheep fairs then, a lot of people used to walk sheep from Madrigal and from over the hill into Kinmare. They could come down to our place or anywhere like that the day before, and they'd leave at the dawn in the morning and walk them all the way into Kinmare. I think it was 1976 we got the electricity. And yeah, there was people drawing the poles with horses, and sure, it made the biggest change, I suppose, ever to rural Ireland, like, you know.
But it wasn't Kinmare for years before that.
I remember a neighbour of mine, and he was afraid to turn on the switch. He thought he'd get a shock off it.
Yes, he'd be electrocuted.
Yeah, that's right.
But the people that time, they got it more for the light than anything else.
Oh, yeah.
That was the main thing, they got electricity. They put on the light.
Maybe one bulb downstairs and another one upstairs or something like that. But
yes.
I do, yeah.
And was it all candle? What was it?
We had an eye lamp.
Yeah,
some of the neighbours had tilly lamps. Yeah. We never graduated to the tilly lamp. We were only in the eye lamp.
They had his right.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So, yeah, sure, when the electricity came, they were giving out, and they would see all the dirt in the houses because it was too bright.
Yes.
They had to go painting again.
You still enjoy farming?
Yeah, I do, yeah. Sure, you know, something, it keeps us active, like yourself. If we sat down, sure, we'd see us up.
We wouldn't be, we'd do no more good.
No, in that it, yeah. I remember the first time I saw you, we were at a cross country, somewhere. I wasn't running, but you were. I don't know where it was now, to somewhere in West Cork anyway. And you were being handicapped because you were better than the others.
Oh, yeah, you were
and
kept back
You were
some
held back.
seconds.
So the lads went off, the rest of the crowd went, the racers went off, and you were there on one knee, and this old man went down to you, and he said, they're gone by, and he said, you missed it. He said, they're gone. And anyway, the next thing you were told to go, he said he won't overtake him at all now, he said. And when they came around the first time, you were just behind the main bunch. Christ, he said, my man Ian is coming well, he said. The next time around, you were inside the bunch, and he never saw you. And he said, he's after giving up, he said. And the third time was the final run, and when you arrived well out ahead, oh, God bless it, he said, sure, he was below there behind the bush, he said. He said, there's no sense to that, he said.
But I was hiding.
I remember that well, yeah.
He jumped out the bush.
Yeah, and that's it, yeah.
Tell that other one, you said you knew the race here before you jumped out the car.
Yes, I remember I was with the second race I ever ran. It was here, Kenmare Athletic. I wasn't training for running at all this time. Kenmare Athletic Club were trying to start running. Pat Finnegan, they were over it.
Yes.
They ran the first race in Kilgarvan, from Morley's Bridge to Kilgarvan. But I think I came third in the first race. And then the lad jumped out of the car just east of the village. And he was asking to, and he flew past me up the village.
Yes,
So
yes.
he went down as third and I was back. So the following Sunday, over I being ahead of more lads, I was handicapped a bit back. I know there was lads left off away ahead of me, behind me as well. But
Yes.
so after about a mile, when so down here in Larrick, now my sister driving a Morris Minor, and Jesus, I jumped into the Morris Minor. I said, I do what a man do.
Yes.
And about a half mile from the finish, I don't know who was running that time. John Healy from here was running.
Yes, yes.
John Foley went on. But anyway,
Freddie
I
McCarthy.
jumped out and flew past him.
Yes.
Oh, Freddie didn't run at all that day.
Oh, yeah.
So I flew past him and I won. And Jesus, the next thing, wasn't I disqualified? I think Freddie was an organiser that day and he see it. And he reported to the head.
What you said there?
It was the only time I ever did that.
Yes.
It was a bad start to my running to be
know.
disqualified. Johnny, you were well known for training dogs and sheepdogs. You were at it all our life. We'll give us one look at them now. We'll go and see them.
Yeah, sure, I suppose I could show you something, all right, sure, they're on the ordinary dogs after, you know, but...
How do you get into training dogs?
Well, we always had dogs, like, and sheep and things, but I suppose there was a friend of mine, John Casey. He used to be back and forth from England and Scotland, and he was involved in sheepdog trials and all that, and yeah, I was good friends with him, and I suppose that's how I kind of started, like, you know, but yeah, when we were young, sure, the dogs we had were hopeless, but we thought they were great. There's
Well, the first car coming down, Johnny.
there'd be a lot of rallying
Look at
around,
that for going.
around here, all right, yeah.
Jeez, we'll be killed. Jesus Christ.
Was the circle whirling on here?
It was, yeah, several years.
Jesus Christ.
That's
That was a
right,
good one.
yeah.
Came on there now.
It was always on at Easter time.
It was.
We used to come up at Easter time and watch it. And
Used to be based in Killarney or
it was,
something.
I suppose it was based in
think it
Killarney,
was.
yeah, that's right, yeah. But
Dangerous road for rally.
should I know? But Jesus, there was
Should
never,
have that one.
there was never anyone killed there
No,
after. you know,
no. I know they have to have turns in the road.
Yeah, it was a great old crack.
And it was a good road because there was no people on it to get
No, well, it used to be half closed, I suppose that.
it close it anyway.
Yeah.
Johnny, you have the history of all round here. What happened
know.
all over the years.
I haven't too much of it, but yeah, that's the Healy Pass now, and it was started in the years of the famine, I'd say, and it came so far up in the Cork side and so far up in the Kerry side, and then I suppose it
Is it Adrigal, is it? We're bouncing now on the Cork
that's
side.
Adrigal and that's Kerry Larrick over that side.
Yes.
And it went halfway, as I'd say. Maybe it stopped for the famine, I'm not dead sure. But then there was a governor, Tim Healy, the governor, he was governor of Ireland, the first governor of Ireland, and he got a grant for this. And it was finished in 1931. You can see the mark in the rock there where they wrote it, and that's why it's called the Healy Pass. It's called after.
Well, he
Tim
gave the money.
He gave the money, or he done something to do to see was the cause of it.
But
being made.
had he anything to do with people belonging to him from here?
No, I'd say no. I don't know where he came from or where his family
Oh,
was
I
from.
thought there was farms of Healy's here. or something.
no.
Oh, wait, you must tell us now. We're not so far away, so from Adrigal here.
No,
That's here.
Adrigal village would be only about another 2 miles down there. Well,
Yeah.
church and.
But it's only a small place, Adrigal.
It's only a small place.
They have a good football team there.
That's right, yeah. But the people from Larrick and the people from Adrigal knew one another well one time. And
They were socialised.
there's a little valley going up here before the road was made. And if anyone from Larrick who lived in Adrigal were being buried in Kilmacalog, the coffin would be brought up there, Eshnagorp, they call it, and there's a stone above in the middle of the hill, and the coffin would be put up there. The Addergold people would bring it that far, and the Kerry people would pick it up there and bring it to Kerry.
It was a big job to do.
That's it, yeah. That was the story.
And it's mostly sheep, of course, here in these mountains.
It's all sheep here, yeah. It's all sheep.
Every farmer have only sheep here nearly.
Yeah, there'd be cattle. There'd be cattle down in Addergold, all right, by a few people, but the cattle are gone very scarce here now, like, you know now.
Did you ever walk to Addergold when you were younger and stuff?
I cycled to Addergold, but I never walked.
How long would that take?
I'd say the people before me, yeah, it'd take 3 or 4 hours, well, you know, I know, because the bikes we had at him weren't very great.
What year was that?
I suppose that'd be in the 60s. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Well, you're farming here all our life. Do you see big changes now?
There is, yeah. When I was young, sure, there was people everywhere.
There was no quads.
Oh, there was nothing, only the horse and the donkey.
And to walk.
There was people everywhere that time, like, you know, now. Every farm, there was so many people in it, like, you know, now. And, yeah, there was crowds around, and, you know, there used to be crowds cutting the turf, a mill, they used to call it.
That's right, they were everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, when you'd be making the hay, the car hit one of them, and it went down almost to the road below.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did he survive?
No, the car didn't leave here. It hit one of them, and the concrete bollard went rolling. And
the bollard that went, yeah.
Yeah, one of them.
Sorry, yeah.
And it stopped right before it reached the road below there.
Christ.
Yeah, it's still down there.
The rally is still on here.
The rally, I suppose the rally of the lakes passes here always, I suppose, yeah. It does, and maybe a historic rally, I'm not sure, but the Circuit of Ireland used to come here all the time before.
Houses down the valley we see down here below us
Oh
now.
God, there is, yeah. Like back
Bottom are closed down.
back to Glen, now there was, I don't know how many, there was 10 or 12 houses from us back, like, in all these valleys, so there was people everywhere, like, a lot of them are closed down, some of them are holiday homes, and yeah, that's right. Oh, there's an awful lot less people. I'd say there's only about a quarter of the people around here that were there when I was young, yeah.
They're all moving to towns.
Sure, they are, and a lot of them are dead and gone.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
They are. And yeah, we're coming up here to the Combe Bridge, we call it. It's in Coolcreen Townland, I suppose, and that was one of the bridges that was built when they were building the Healy Pass, and it was. There's a lot of heavy traffic and over that, articulated lorries and buses and everything, and you know, it never gave any trouble.
Yes.
And yeah.
Would a lot of buses and traffic come up here in the summer?
They would, yeah, to be busy in the summertime. Yeah, you'd have a lot of tourists here, all right, yeah.
There'd be a lot of backing in.
They would, if they could back.
Yes, if they could back is right. Some women drivers wouldn't back, they'd just stop.
No, they'd be mean to you then.
They would, I suppose.
They'd hardly know where the reverse was in the gearbox. Not mine.
They went back into the drain. Were there people fishing here in olden times in the lake?
There was, yeah. There was a lot of fish caught both legally and illegally there.
Yes.
There was indeed, and yeah, but I don't know if there's anything there now. It is very poor, like, to know now.
Yeah, it seems to be gone away everywhere.
That lake is 80 feet over sea level, and the river has to be fairly high before salmon can come up there, like.
Christ, yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
There's a good pocket of land along here, though.
It's not too bad, yeah.
It is low lying enough.
It is the best of what we have.
It is low lying, not that high. Johnny, you're supposed to have good dogs we here.
I don't know about good. I'd show you one in a minute there.
Go on, Johnny.
And you can throw up the drone if you like, Glenn. And yeah.
Where are the sheep? They're way up.
The sheep are way up in the skyline there, yeah. And I'll probably, well, if it'll work, I'll put him up from here and I'll just move them together as around with him when I usually.
Right. No, one clip on it.
This fellow was never up there before, but we'll chance him anyway, you know.
Right.
be spending a lot of time training them.
You would, when they're young, you'd have to put a bit of time into them.
So then, what age would they be when we start? We should let them out at all first.
We'd start them about 6 months, 5 or 6 months.
Not to let them near anything before that.
You'd put a few quite cheap into a small place, like, and you'd be training them well, like, you know.
What kind of training, like?
Voice first, like, and you'd get him, anything at all, left and right. Or,
would that be bad language?
I'd wait till me and come by.
Like me, yeah.
No. And once you get them firm on their voice, then I'd always put them on whistle. But like whistle, everyone, you know, years ago nobody used the whistle, but I find it great because there's 3 reasons why the whistle is better. Number 1, it'll carry away further than the voice.
Well, a long ways away from
Number 2, you won't be hoarse. And number 3, you cannot convey emotion with a whistle. In other words, if you're lucky dog and if you get cross, each and every one of them dogs will know it. And they won't work as good, they mightn't work at all, or they could go slower, or they could go home. And the whistle is, you can't give a cross or a quiet whistle. Tis an even thing, you know what I mean? Like, sit down, Jill. And that's what I like about it. But there's a lot of people here that have good dogs and they're working by voice, do you know what I mean?
Kelpie there, call it Kelpie.
I have Jip. That's
That's an Australian Kelpie.
She's half Australian Kelpie, half Border Collie. Yeah, she's 4.5-year-old. Yeah, she's a good
dog.
She's a good bitch. Yeah, there's a good bit of the Kelpie in her, but she's a great dog to stop. A great dog. There's great breaks in her, like, do you know what I mean? Sit down, Jill.
Would they be more forward aggressive than the other dogs?
You know, she's around the same, I suppose. She'd shift sheep, but the others would too, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Sure, if you happen to a dog that'll shift sheep, as you know, they're now good in something that'll back away from the sheep, like, you know, you must show them who's boss. You must.
We're here in the Larrick GA field at the Two Assist Club. Their field is here in Larrick. I suppose it's over 20 miles from Kinmare. It's the farthest away part of the parish. It's near the Cork border here. And many teams have come here over the years playing, but the club are making a new field now in the centre of the parish, down in Two Assist. But there was many famous matches played here over the years. In this field here, and it served the community over a long number of years.
Is it the most southerly field in Kerry?
Oh, it is by far. So we're very near the border here with the Beara, we're here with Groom, Adrigal, all these places, they're only over the road. So over a long number of years, it has been the official GA field here, I suppose. Larrick had a famous team one time in the past. They played in the Beara division. It was in 1937 or some years in the 30s and the late 30s. They won the Beara division, and they played in the Cork Junior Football Championship, and I think they went as far as the semi-final. The new field is being built now halfway, I suppose, between here and Kinmare, to be more a central part of the parish for a lot of the players now, because there's a long journey to come here to Larrick, but this field served this purpose well for a long number of years.
23 miles long, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this, Two Assist is one of the longest parishes in Kerry. It is a mountainous area, and I suppose houses are far apart.
Also, as well, today, before we finish up the video, there was a good few kids and stuff on to me about merch. So we've some new stuff there. So we have my father on the back there, to hell with YouTube body warmers. They're nice enough, to be fair. And we have polos all sizes. We've more body warmers here, most sizes as well. I fucking love work. We've school bags, hoodies and all that, and beanie hats there, and peaky caps here as well. So anyone have any interest in that stuff, give me a shout there on Instagram or Facebook, or email me there, and I'll get in touch and we'll send it out via on post there. But give me a message if you're interested in any of that. Sound.
That's it for this week's video. We'll see you again for the next one.
What have you done, boys?
To hell with YouTube. I will not sound so simple.